I was mad at God. Oh, I was mad. And I shook my fist. I said, I've prayed. I've done everything for you. And you took him from me. Why would you do this to me? I've been faithful. Why? He's not a respecter of person, so he's not. But I told him I'm not going to church. I'm not doing anything. I'm done. This is over. But there was a preacher that we watched on television because he couldn't go to church. He had 4th-stage lung cancer, and he couldn't even get up by himself. And one morning, I was like, okay, Sunday morning, I'm going to watch it for him. So I did. And I'd never took a note in my life, but that day I did. Well, y'all know about Jeremiah. Now, he walked close with God, and he was leading some people, and he thought it was going to be easy breezy, and they were going to get there with no problems. And what'd they have? Problems, trials, tribulations. And he got mad. We might say he threw a temper tantrum. And he said, God, I'm not doing anything for you. You brought me out here with all these people, and you've just left me. I'm not doing anything for you. But he did, because he knew. He knew he was with him, and he knew he'd see him through the end.
Amen.
And this is going to sound crazy, but this is what the Spirit told me. You know, God forgives us. But you know, sometimes we get mad at God and we hold a grudge against him. Sometimes we have to forgive him. Now, it's not that he needs our forgiveness, because he don't. He's perfect. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. His plans are better than our plans. But we have to forgive him sometimes. And we have to give him our whole self. Now, I was fasting. I didn't know I was fasting. I was grieving my husband. And I knelt down. My husband built me a bed, and he put me a little place on the side so I could kneel down every night and pray. He called it my altar. And I was down there, and I was praying, and I was crying, and I didn't even know what to say. So I'm like, Lord, you're going to have to speak for me, because I don't have any more words. And I could feel his arms around me. And when I laid down that night, now I'll think this is not real. You don't know my God. You don't know my Jesus. Because as I lay there on my pillow crying, I could feel him rub my head. I could feel him stroking my hair and speaking sweet words in my ear. And I started praying in a language I'd never heard before. I didn't know what I was saying, but I could taste it, and it was so sweet on my lips. And I went into the most peaceful sleep I've ever had. And in that sleep, he gave me this dream.
Amen.
And I can't even describe the colors to you because they were so brilliant. It was the most beautiful golden field of wheat I've ever seen, and the bluest sky I've ever seen. And I'm there, and I turn around and look, and there are two men there. And naturally, well, who are you? And he said, I'm Abraham. And I said, the Abraham? He said, I'm Abraham. And we're pulling wheat from this field and pulling out whole loaves of bread and loading them in a little wooden cart. And I saw a little wooden cart just like that today at Billy Graham Museum.
Amen.
And we were loading that little cart with these loaves of bread and this wheat. And this side, to my right, there were a lot of trees and a dark path. And there were a bunch of people coming wearing dirty rags, the filthy rags that he speaks of. And they were begging for this bread. They were hungry, they were starving, and they wanted this bread so bad. And I felt so sorry for them. My heart was aching for them. And I have to read this part because I don't speak this way, but this is what he said to them. Ye have not partaken in the bread of life, therefore ye shall not partake in the wheat of the fields. Suffer ye to come unto God our Father. And they were sad and they were upset, and they turned around and left because they knew that they didn't have a chance, that their time had come and gone.
Amen.
And we're getting to that time right now. We are right there. And if you don't have Jesus in your life, that's where you're going to be. You're going to be wearing those filthy rags. And you're going to be begging for that bread, but you're not going to get it because it's going to be too late.
Amen.
So all I can say is, I beg you, please come to the Lord, because he's waiting. His arms are open, and he will be there with you.
Amen.
In your darkest hour, he'll be there, and he'll stroke your hair, and he'll wrap his arms around you.
Amen.
And there's nothing greater